Welcome back to Coast Live. You know, in the real world, business succession may not have the intrigue of an HBO drama, but that doesn't mean that it's a walk in the park. If you want your business to live on after you, it takes a lot of hard work and expertise to get it done right. Here now with more is Tejal Desai with Hook Law. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Tejal. How are you doing?
Good. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us to talk about this. Succession, great show on HBO. Love it. Really makes it seem like a lot of drama and conflict around this, but in the real world, this kind of thing has to happen all the time and it has to get worked out. And this is your area of expertise, right?
It is. And I think that's why the show is so successful, because it encapsulates a lot of what happens in reality.
Really?
Lots of dysfunction, lots of drama, lots of backstabbing, and dysfunction, which is disruptive to a business.
So this is why you have to have your affairs in order, right? Succession planning, if you had to just define that term, what is it?
I'd say it's a process to ensure continuity of a business.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. What does that involve? What is that process?
You know, it involves a lot of different things, more so than people would think through. And a lot of it has to do with just identifying talent within the business already. Does anybody have the capability to step up and become a leader in the future? And if not, after that evaluation, who outside of the firm might be able to do that? And this is a hard topic to talk through for a lot of business owners because they think they're invincible, or they aren't thinking about the eventuality of what could happen.
Mm-hmm. This is about as far down the road as you can think when you're planning, right?
Absolutely. I mean, there's kind of two prongs to business succession. There's a planned succession, but there's also the unexpected succession. And the last thing I think any business person or business owner wants is their spouse to have to deal with entering into a business, figuring out either how they're going to get paid from a business partner, or jump into a role that they weren't ready to jump into.
Sure. What part does Hook Law play in this process? And do you guys work with, is it just small business owners or, larger scale operations?
No, it runs the gamut because the issues are the same. And the role that Hook Law plays is kind of twofold. There's the technical aspect, which is legal compliance, looking at tax implications to a transfer. But there's also the emotional aspect to this. This is a very difficult subject for the business owner to talk through, normally because they don't have anybody else to talk through. The other parties are family members or a business partner that they're going to be talking about. And so as counselors at law, we truly act as counselors and deal with the emotional side of things.
How does a business owner, and we're very lucky in Hampton Roads here to have a really robust small business economy especially, how do you know if you need a succession plan and someone needs to call you guys?
You know, a succession plan is good for every business. Again, if you're planning on being in business for a while, it's something that everybody should be thinking through.
The other element of this is maybe there's some small business owners watching the show right now and they're thinking, I'm good. I set up a succession plan a long time ago. It's checked off the list. This is a thing that you kind of need to actively monitor, right?
Yeah, as I started off saying, this is a process because things change, the environment changes, your business changes, the people change, people come and go. So evaluating it on a constant basis is really important, and making sure you're staying on target to where you're trying to go.
Absolutely. This all starts with a conversation where they need to get in touch with an expert like yourself, figure out what needs need to be met, how are we going to set up a plan that's going to help us do that. That conversation, if people haven't started it yet, how do they start it with you, Tejal?
They can reach out either through our website or our phone number. We're pretty accessible. And we can set up an engagement and an appointment and talk through some questions that they may be having.
Yeah, for new business owners, I mean, if someone is young and they're thinking, this is something that I don't need to worry about for a long time, again, there's that unexpected element too, right?
There's the unexpected element of, death is as real as taxes, as they say, right? And so we need to plan for that. And any business person knows you should always start with the exit in mind, right? And so whether that's a planned exit or unexpected exit, let's have a plan in mind.
Yeah, there you go. Well, and you are clearly the guy to talk to to help us figure it out. Thanks so much for joining us and educating us this morning about this succession planning. Not something I've really thought about practically, but it's actually really interesting.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, yes.